Hey, you know how frustrating it is when you've been studying trading for several years every day but still can't seem to make it work. Sometimes you start trading profitably and then suddenly your strategy stops working and every trade ends in a loss. It feels like trading is impossible to master and is only for the chosen few. Imagine, I used to think that too, but eventually I started making decent money. It took me several years, about a dozen blow deposits, and a whole bunch of nerve cells. But today, in just 10 minutes, you'll learn what took me so long to figure out. Maybe this video will help you consistently profit from binary options. Ready? Then here are 5 effective strategies that I've been mastering for several years. They all are based on price action patterns and are very easy to learn. The first strategy is related to the popular pin bar pattern. This refers to a candle with a long shadow and a small body. It's believed to indicate an imminent price reversal. Here's how it looks on the chart. This pin bar is bearish. After it, the price usually drops. And this pattern is bullish. If you see it on the chart, expect an uptrend. Remember a simple rule. If the pin bar's tail points down, you should buy. If it points up, sell. Now let's try to identify such a candle on the chart and profit from them. Here's an ideal situation to a buy entry. The trend on the currency pair is bullish, so we need a bullish pin bar. That's exactly what we see on the chart right now. I've already bought the option and I'm expecting the price to go up. Everything is going according to plan. The currency has risen and the trade will definitely be profitable. Before trading with the pin bar, remember, all price action patterns are better traded at levels and trend lines. If you see this candle randomly placed, it probably won't bring you profit. The next cool strategy is trading with the double top or double bottom pattern. Spotting the pattern is very easy. Then the price moves in one direction, then reverses, it forms a peak or a trough on the chart. Then the price reverses again, approaches this peak or trough and bounces on the same level. It looks like two mountains or two peaks. Let me show you how traders see them visually. Here the price is going down and forms two troughs. Then it goes up and here the chart shows two peaks and then falls. In binary options, this is used like this. When you see a double top, you should look for a selling entry. If you spot a double bottom, it's a signal to buy an option. Let's move on to practice to understand how to use this for profit. On the screen, you see a perfect double bottom pattern. It's fully formed already, so we can enter a buy trade. I open a 2-minute option for $100. The start is not very confident. The price fluctuates above and below the entry point, but the pattern should work as expected. My goal is for the price to go as far as possible and stay there until the option expires. Everything is great, I'm in profit and it's time to move on to the next strategy. But first, I invite you to my Telegram channel. There I share the best trading content, talk about strategies and even provide trading signals. Click the link in the description. The next pattern I suggest learning is the inside bar. It's a simple combination of two Japanese candles. The second candle should be completely within the range of the first one, including the tails. The inside bar on the chart indicates that the market has paused momentarily and wants to rest. The entry signal will be a breakout of the first candle. This pattern is mainly used in forex trading, but it also works well in binary options. The IB is very common on the chart, so you won't suffer from a lack of signals. Just one of this short section of the chart. I found several. Here's the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. If you scroll the chart forward or backward, you'll also find many inside bars, but we won't do that now. Let's try to open a real trade and analyze it a bit. On the chart there is an inside bar, which completely contains a whopping 3 candles instead of just one. The fourth candle went beyond the range of the first candle, but then returned, but the next one closed beyond the range of the first candle. This was the entry signal for a buy trade. The logic of the inside bar is that the candle's closure beyond the range of the first one becomes the trade signal. If this happens at the top of the IB, it means a buy entry, like mine. If at the bottom, a sell entry. This pattern works very well. The price has moved far from the entry point, and the trade is in profit. Do you like such simple and understandable trading? That's all price action. I'd appreciate it if you'd like my efforts. And of course, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episodes. I had the next strategy on the agenda, where we use the rails pattern. It's a very simple combination of two candles that are directed in different directions. They are called rails because we run parallel to each other. They are also jokingly called twigs. In the trading terminal, the situation looks like this. If there is a larger green candle on the chart, followed immediately by a larger red one, it's a signal that the price will fall. When a fallen red candle comes first, followed by a rising green one, it's a signal to rise. In the first case, a good signal will be characterized by the red candle being lower than the green one. In the second case, the rising green candle should be higher than the fallen red one. You should open a trade immediately after the second candle closes. Let's see how to trade on the rails. I decided to open two trades right away because the pattern looks very confident. Here are the rails themselves. The red candle is much lower than the green one, which is considered a very good signal to sell. Plus, it's a trade. The price is confidently moving down, and both options must simply close in the positive. And indeed, I'm getting two profitable entries right away. Do you want to know why I'm often so confident in trades and open options for $100 and even $500 without nerves? I'll tell you everything in my Telegram channel, which you can join via the link in the video description. Trade analysis, trader hacks, analytics, and trading signals. Join and you'll get all of this every day. And I have one last strategy for today: trading with PPR pattern. It stands for pivot point reversal and is considered one of the strongest in price action. It's also a combination of candles, but now there are not two, but three of them. But I'll try to make sure you don't get confused. In short, first there is a large candle, then a smaller one in the same direction, and then a third one that closes in the opposite direction. It's better to see it once than to hear about it 100 times. So pay attention to the screen. This is a bullish PPR. The third candle overlaps the second one from bottom to top, and after its closure, you can open a buy option. Right nearby is a bearish PPR, where the third candle overlaps the second one from top to bottom. If you see this, confidently sell after the third candle closes. And as tradition goes, let's try to profit from at least one PPR trade. I already have a sell option open on this currency pair. The trend on the chart is bearish, perfect for sell trades. Here's a very neat PPR. Textbook perfect, only the price moved very quickly after the third candle closed, so the option opened slightly lower than planned. Hopefully this won't prevent us from making a profit. Yes, the situation was dangerous, but the trade is back in the positive. Now you can take any of these strategies and see that trading is not just for bankers and Wall Street financiers. If you have a computer or a phone with internet access and a little time, you are already a trader. If you want to delve deeper into the strategies listed, you can search for information in my Telegram channel, but even what's in the video is enough to make a profit. Take, study, try. It only doesn't work for those who do nothing, but you are not one of them, right? That's all for today. If you liked the video, hit like and subscribe. There is a lot of more interesting stuff waiting for you. Wishing everyone big profits and good vibes.